and welcome to today's webinar on key individual roles and responsibilities. My name is Vuyo and I'm joined by my colleague Teddy. We are both from the Supervision Department and we're excited to take you through this important session for the day. Now, today's session is about key individual roles and responsibilities. Firstly, we ask, who is a key individual? According to the FAIS Act, a key individual means any natural person responsible for managing or overseeing, either alone or together with other sole responsible persons, the activities of a licensed FSP relating to the rendering of financial services. A key individual is responsible for overseeing and managing an FSP's financial services activities. The key individual needs to ensure compliance with the FAIS Act and regulatory requirements. A key individual also needs to be effectively or should be effectively be a person in an executive or managerial function to oversee the activities of the FSP. Now we'll take you through to the key individual roles and responsibilities. One of the major roles of the key individual is management and oversight. As from the FAIS Act's definition of a key individual is responsible for the management or oversight of an FSP's business activities related to the provision of financial services. Now, this includes adherence to the FAIS Act requirements, licensing conditions, and relevant legislation. The key individual needs to ensure that financial services representatives are properly trained, competent, and meet the fit and proper requirements. They need to establish and maintain policies to manage risks, compliance breaches, and conflicts of interest. The key individual needs to uphold ethical standards and prevent misconduct in financial services delivery. My colleague Teddy will take us through the rest of the key individual responsibilities. Thank you, Teddy.
Thank you, Vuyo. Amongst others, a key individual has got a regulatory compliance obligation to ensure that the FSP remains compliant with all relevant laws and regulations, making sure both key individuals and representatives meet their competency, honesty, integrity, and operational ability standards. The key individual has got an obligation to also notify or informing the authority of any material changes in the business structure, including changes to key individuals as well as representatives. The key individual has got a fit and proper requirement to ensure there is training, competency, and CPD. The key individual must meet the qualification and experience requirement before being appointed as a key individual. Key individual must complete a minimum number of CPD hours annually to stay updated on regulatory changes and industry best practices, ensuring that the representatives and other key personnel receive ongoing training to maintain compliance. In terms of Section 42, operational ability, the key individual must demonstrate their operational ability to the FSCA before being approved as a key individual. This is important when a key individual is authorized under multiple licenses. The process of proving operational ability addresses the key scenario where someone is appointed as a key individual but does not have the ability or capacity to fulfill their legal obligations required of a key individual. There are consequences for a key individual who fails to fulfill their duties. The authority may impose administrative penalties, license suspension, or withdrawals for the FSP. However, a key individual can also be held personally responsible for the non-compliance leading to disqualification or debarment. Non-compliance can harm the FSP's reputation, client trust, and the ability to operate. FSPs must comply with their licensing conditions as stipulated on the licensing document that was issued to the FSP. That brings us to the end of our presentation. Thank you. Thank you, Vuyo.
Thank you, Teddy. That brings us to the end of today's webinar on individual roles and responsibilities. We hope you find this session insightful and that it has provided you with a clearer understanding of your regulatory obligations and best practices. Remember to stay compliant and stay informed. Have a great day. Thank you.
Thank you.